What's up, Daniel?
So how you doing?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Let's talk a little bit more just about Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and
Yeah,
hopefully people can get some value out this conversation. So, before we dive in, a little bit more about me, guys. My name is Cart. I'm the founder of Nylink. We've worked with over 20 e-commerce brands, over $3.5 million in sales. So, in this video, I'm just going to be diving deeper into what strategies we're doing for our clients, and Daniel's going to tell about what he's doing for his over at Orasend.
yeah. So I'm glad to do this video with you. The owner of Ourasend, and yeah, we also do email marketing for our clients, and we hope to drive crazy results for this Black Friday, Cyber Monday. Now, Kat is gonna talk about the offers that we think should crush for this Black Friday, and what as a brand you should do in order to prepare for this event. Now, Carl, what do you think a brand should do to prepare for this event in terms of offer creation and whatnot?
Yeah, so I think there's a lot of offers you can really run, right? There's the
Yeah.
buy one get one free. You could do the very famous one, which is just an X% off store wide one. But what I think brands really need to do is, if they have been doing marketing properly, they should know what offer resonates really well with their customers and what doesn't. So you
Mm-hmm.
should have an idea. But if you don't, what I would suggest doing is maybe think of the best three offers that you guys would be comfortable with giving out and testing that across your email list and seeing
Yeah.
which one resonates the best. And based off that, you can use that offer. But I wouldn't even stick to just one offer because that can get pretty boring. So I would personally, I like to do three, which could be, one period of where you really just hype up Black Friday coming around. You're sending a lot of educational content out. You have an offer. Then we have, our main offer, which goes on Black Friday, Cyber Monday. And then we have an offer specifically for VIP.
Mm-hmm.
We always want to make sure that they feel good. But there's a bunch of offers, you can really run. But there's no need to really
Yeah.
do too much crazy stuff. Just keep it simple. If
Mm-hmm.
it worked last year, do that. Do that pre-sale test in early October if you need to. And then worst goes to worst, always just see what your competitors are doing. I think
Yeah.
that's going to work really, really well. And as long as it's a good offer, it's something that we talk about ourselves in email marketing and client acquisition. Like, if you have a good offer, it doesn't matter. People are going to like
Mm-hmm.
it. So
Of
just have a
course.
good offer for your customer
Yeah.
base.
In terms of, let's say you're a brand and you're working with the agency since the beginning of the year, and they haven't been texting any offers at all. They haven't been split testing. Trust me when I say this, they have been doing a terrible job, because us as agency owners, we know how valuable a offer is, and most of the times we prepare offers just for this event alone. So what we do is, throughout the year, we split test all the offers. We test offers. We test 24 to 48 hours for each offers, just to prepare for this event. So this is shows how valuable and important it is to create an offer. Now, as Kat said, there are different type of offers. There are the percentage to dollar offers. You can add things like free shippings, or buy one get one for free. All this kind of stuff, just to get just to make sure that your product is more valuable in terms of for the customers. And yeah, so in terms of the client side, in terms of preparations, we want to make sure that the client also is well aware that this event might have a lot of sales in their end, so they have to make sure that they have a lot of stocks prepared and understands the sales velocity, how quickly the stock can go on and be sold on. The common mistakes that bring the brands make is that they're trying to use Black Friday and Cyber Monday to get rid of unwanted products with slow sales. So we always want to make sure that on Black Friday we sell the winning products. We want to just push on those winning products. We want to make sure that we can, push on those sales, because this is the time of the year where people buys products like this, and they want things gone so fast. So what do you think about, brands, talking about, they don't want to sell their unwanted products instead of pushing for their winning products?
once again, I think every brand is very different when it comes to the
Yeah.
time, but I think it's really good to be able to step outside your comfort zone just because I almost think that it can sometimes put you at a disadvantage around Q4 when the biggest brands in the world, some of the
Hmm.
most premium brands that never offer discounts are offering discounts.
Yeah.
If you aren't putting one out, I feel like it just really hurts your chances of growing in the most profitable time of the year.
Exactly.
And I think around this time of the period is where it's almost acceptable to really send a lot. Everyone wants a good offer. Everyone is ready to take their wallet out and grab something because they've been eyeing your product for a site. So if you've been doing a good job by just having an overall omni-channel approach to your marketing, you have people that are wanting to shop. So in my eyes, I think you're personally doing your brand a disfavor by
Hmm.
not having offers. And
Yeah.
you don't have to do something crazy like an 80% store-wide offer, but
No,
having
no.
something is going to be better than nothing, and it's going to
Exactly.
help because right after Q4, Q1's going to slow down.
Yeah.
You want to make sure you have that capital to just be able to go through like just January and February itself. Those are very slow
Yeah.
times for a lot of e-com business owners. So I
Yeah.
think around that time, it's really important to have the most revenue you're able to collect throughout this, Black Friday,
Yeah.
Cyber Monday period.
Yeah. What I notice is also some brands, as you mentioned earlier, they have this fear of adding offers because they might, say lose value of the brands as they might be recognized as a discounted brand during that period. But what happened is mid-November, end of November, where the Black Friday, Cyber Monday is cooling down, what they do is actually release some offers because they have this fear of missing out, seeing all these other brands making, millions of dollars while they are not making a lot of sales compared to their competitors. So a fear of missing out, that's another big factor when it comes to not making offers because you see your competitors doing even some little offers as buy one get one for free or 10% off. I see so many brands also just making 5% off, but 5% off for some brands might be seen so valuable because it might be a brand that never does discounts through the year, and 5%, just 5%, is a lot in terms of the customer.
Yeah,
If you have a loyal customer base and they follow you throughout the year and they know that you never do discounts, just a 5% can change the game.
exactly. Like adds to the point, something is better than nothing,
Yeah,
so even having that can really help. And I
yeah,
know specifically for our client, last Black Friday, it was for a mushroom based brand. They do supplements and stuff. And solely us just having an optimized landing page, all the banners across the websites are correct. Making sure we have an omni approach to
yeah.
marketing. Whatever offer we're pushing, it's not only just through email, it's messaged across ads and all other ways we can get eyeballs to it. They were able to see a whole itself 40% increase versus the previous month in just email revenue. So that goes to show you how people are really ready to buy and have those offers ready. You know,
Hmm.
um, One thing I kind of wanted to ask you, I know this is something that goes different agency by agency, so wanted to hear a little bit more your thoughts on what you're approaching with as towards Orasend.
Yeah.
How early are you starting? Like how early are you starting for your own clients?
So, in terms of Black Friday, as I told you, offers is the first thing that you want to think about at the early stage of the year. Now, we're just talking about offers.
Yeah,
In terms of preparations to Black Friday, what I recommend is to start by the beginning of November. You start by the beginning of November, but not like just push down on the beginning of November. What we do is we send out some campaigns that were called announcement campaigns. So this is where you kind of tell your fan base that you just warm up your fan base, tell them, listen, we're gonna do some big discount. Be ready to spend big with us. And then by the mid of November, that's where things get serious. That's when you start sending your campaigns. That's where you go and do your double downs. That's where you send two emails a day. This is where you push out on sales. But general rule of thumb, you start by the beginning of November, as I said before, for your offers as soon as possible. By early the earlier you start, the better it is for your brand in general. You know, But by the mid of November, you should really, really push on sales. You should really, really push on campaigns. And by the start of November, you start with your announcement campaigns just to tell your fan base, listen, we're launching some crazy offers by the mid of November. Just be ready. What about you? What about your agency? How you guys prepare for Black Friday? And if you have any insight for any brands looking in terms of timeline.
Yeah, totally. So I think this can almost be a very, interesting conversation a lot of
Yeah,
brands tend to have. And
yeah.
if you yourself, if you have an internal team or agency or anything, this is something I'd really like to put the emphasis now. Like we're in mid-October. If you have no clue with what you're doing for Black Friday, but you're interested, first of all, shameless plug. I would recommend either talking to me or
Yeah,
Daniel, who could help you out. But what I would say is October is the best time to risk your offers. And as Daniel said, November 1st, you want to start somewhere in the
yeah.
process. If that's either educating them or hinting the fact it's getting started. For our clients personally, we're starting around the 6th. So we're going to be sending just tons of value emails from the 6th to around 14th. 3 days.
Yeah.
Just let them know, hey, this is the offers we're gonna try. We're not gonna try, but we're gonna do. Hint them, build up that excitement, send some value based. Even highlight just product based emails. A lot of the time,
Yeah.
let them know what specific product is hot right now for us.
Mm-mm.
You should keep on your radar.
Yeah.
And then I want to say around from that 14th or even 16th through 29th is that period where you need to just flip the switch and
Yeah.
go. Start sending out your offers, start getting that money. That's going to be our gold rush, and we're going to make a lot of money. That's personally what we're doing for our client. But rule of thumb, test everything you can in October, get an idea. Your email list is not going to hate you. They're going to like it. If they
Yeah, I
think they're
know.
actually getting offers, they're going to want to buy. November, you make money. Don't overcomplicate it. I think a lot of people, you hear so much buzz going around Twitter, LinkedIn from other founders and other people. I would really just strictly listen to the experts who specialize in emails, and they're all going to tell you the same thing. Don't
Yeah.
overcomplicate it. You don't need to
Yeah, yeah.
start back in September or anytime like that. Just stick to the basics, and that's always going to get you far.
Yeah. So I want to catch up on my last topic and say about when to start with Black Friday. And I'll say that sometimes there's a opposite situations where brands start early on October, like early October, just because they have this fear of missing out on sales. So I just don't recommend to start as early as October in terms of literally the campaigns. As you said, test your offers on October
Yeah.
if you didn't do early, but don't start your campaigns that early on because sending a Black Friday campaign on mid October doesn't seem right also for your fan base because they might seem as push too much on sales towards them. But in terms of approaches, what I do basically, I recommend two approaches. I recommend the aggressive approach and the conservative approach. Aggressive approach, what I mean by aggressive approach is you start early on and then you end late. So that's a long timeline based on campaigns. The conservative approach is when you start late
Mhm.
and then you end by the 30th of November. Now, on the aggressive approach, you want to have kind of like an impulse purchase of products. So these are the products that if the right offer comes along, it's attractive. It goes viral, and to make that purchase decision so fast. So you want to push on products that can be bought so quickly, and push on the virality factor, and you can make a lot of sales for this. So, what do you think about how a brand should approach in terms of, how to send campaigns? What type of campaigns should they send, and all this kind of stuff? What do you think about it?
Yeah. So once again, personally for our clients, and I think in general, just as a perspective of someone that's a consumer, don't overdo the campaigns. No
Yeah,
one wants to get 3 emails in their inboxes from you. That's gonna hurt you and your reputation, your deliverability, and a bunch of other factors. If anything, it's actually going
Hmm.
to get their sales walls up. You have to try to get someone's sales walls up around this time of the year. You know what I mean? So
Yes.
don't do that. Don't oversend the emails. I think that's number one. Number two, stick to some plain text emails. It's going to work really well because I think around this time of the period, I know last year it worked amazing for our clients. Everyone has very graphic heavy based emails. They have the coolest designs and that, which is great. You want to stick to that, but how can you really stick out from a crowd that big
Yeah.
and
Exactly.
have that personal touch? Just having that personal email, and people love that. If you yourself are a founder, or you're a director of marketer, or you need to create a brand like avatar or something, do it. Talk to your audience, let them know personally. And if you have an agency and they know your brand well enough and they know the brand voice, they can do it. But sometimes it's even better to just tell the agency, like, let us do this one, let it be really heartfelt. So that's something I'd really, really stick to. That's going to work really well. Another one is just also not lying to your customers. Don't be I just think that always looks really bad. Like if you're gonna run the offer for 72 hours, but you're saying that you're only gonna run it for 24, don't just say you're pushing it out for 24 hours because we know that you're not. It's a lot of extra stuff you're gonna have to do in the back end, and people know that. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't lie
Yeah.
to your email list and consumers. Just be transparent. Just be normal and simple, and it'll go a long way. So kind of goes back
Yeah.
to my point, but don't overcomplicate. Don't
Yeah.
overcomplicate. Don't lie. Don't oversend emails, and have that personal touch.
So in terms of offers, I want to give more few insights in terms of also preparations. You said to start, as
Yeah.
last weeks of October. What I recommend is to have two offers by the last week of October, and I'll tell you why. So you want to have one good offer, and then the good offer that you're gonna use for all the Black Friday. Now, why you want to have two offers is because the first week of November, you're going to test those two offers. And the first offer is going to be the offer that's much, when you have a consumer that's, might be more price sensitive, you want to make this offer as much price sensitive as possible and lose it as less margin as possible. And then the second offer is just going to be for the other potential buyers. Now, in terms of the first week, what you want to do is have 2 to 3 email campaigns talking about the sales alone. So we want to space at
Hmm.
least 2 to 3 days between each campaign, and then we don't want to oversend. As you said before, you don't want to be too spammy. We don't want to be as the brand that spam too much to their fan base, because it's so important to build a loyal customer base. Loyal customer base means
Yeah.
returning customers. Returning customers means a good system. A good systems mean a profitable business. Usually, you know what I mean. So it's important to keep the messaging clear, simple, and convey the offer. Now, what do you think is a good campaign structure should be in a Black Friday campaign? What do you think the messaging, the type of email you talk about, the plain test email, which I think is good because you said, there are so many brands showing all these graphics, but when you stick out from the competition and show them something different, that's where, you cannot show how valuable and how different you are compared to your competitors. Because I think so many brands, they might be afraid of trying new things. They might be afraid of trying, plain text emails, because in reality, let's say they pay you for make graphic designs. Usually, they want to see something nice, but we have to explain to them, cause that if you create a plain text emails, it might be simple, but it's really powerful. We might have some campaigns not in this situation in terms of Black Friday, but we might have some campaigns where I tested it early on the year of one of my clients, and it was kind of like a letter
Hmm.
from the brand owner. It was kind of like an
Yeah.
informative campaign, and the fun fact about this is that it converts so really well because the consumers really feels in touch with the brand values and with the owners itself, because they seem like the owners is talking towards them. They feel understood, And this is one of the aspects that I think is so valuable about plain test emails, just to be different than anyone else and try something that no one is doing during Black Friday.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's really good. Like, trying that approach for your own agency. And I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure it had to work really well for you, because that personalized message, you can never go wrong with it.
yeah,
I can't leak all the sauce of what we're doing for our clients, but, as far as campaign ideas, if you're confused on what you should run, shouldn't run, once again, it's about everything's a balance.
yeah,
So don't send out too graphic sales based emails, but don't also just only send out plain text value driven emails. You want to keep that healthy mix. I'll also stick to, as I mentioned earlier, product promotions. Maybe just making the email on your best sellers or one highlighted product. That's going to go really, really long, because sometimes what happens with people is general idea, and you may have too many good products, and they may not know which one's going to work with them and which one isn't. Hey, Daniel, can you see me?
yeah, yeah, yeah. I can see you. Can hear you. Hello.
Okay, okay, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Your face froze up on my side, but it's all
Oh,
good. Yeah, no, but I was
you
saying,
too.
yeah, a lot of brands tend to have really good products, and that may be your brand.
Yeah,
But highlighting one specific product can really, really help. And just loading that email up with social proof,
yeah,
it's going to go a very long way. I think that's something brands need to try a little bit more. And especially if you have a high AOV product, do that. You know what I mean?
yeah.
If your brand in general has stuff that's over $100, $200, push just one product. It'll go a really long way. Try that
Exactly.
approach. I think it's going to work really well.
Yeah.
But other than that, I think that's about it for us to really chat about.
Yeah, yeah. I just want to add one more thing, and this is just email basics. So when we prepare for Black Friday, obviously we want to also mention email deliverability, because I think it's so important to make sure that your emails are getting opened. Because what's the point on sending emails if they're not even getting opened? So what I recommend for everybody, I don't want to leak how all the strategies about how to fix your email deliverability, because if you want to do that, you can hire either me or Kat to fix your operate. But what I recommend you to do on a general basis is kind of make an audit of your Klaviyo account. Make sure that your emails are getting opened, all those flows are performing well. Make sure that your welcome emails, is the top three on the performing. So that means your welcome offer is spot on. But yeah, I think that's
Mhm.
pretty much it, Kat, for this video. We cover up pretty much all the sauce about Black Friday, the offers that you have to test by the beginning of the year, when to start Black Friday, the type of offers that you can send, what type of campaigns you might want to send during Black Friday, the type of fears the brands owners might fear when during this event. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. There's anything else you wanna mention? There's anything else?
Yeah, yeah. If you guys once again need, you have any questions, feel free to comment below, or just, we're going to have our Calendly link. Just book in a free call with us. We're going to help you. We'll give you an action plan that you can implement for your own team. So it's going to be nothing but a value-based call. If you'd like, we could do it for you guys. If not, you'll at least walk out with something. It's a win-win. If you have any questions, it's the most profitable time of the year. You don't want to mess this one chance up, and you have the chance to speak to some experts. Hopefully you're able to get some insight from this video. But other than that, yeah, stay tuned. We got a lot more good videos coming out for you guys.
There you go. Just check the comments for the calendar link. Just check the comments for any valuable resource that you might find. And I hope you brand crushes for this Black Friday, Cyber Monday. Hope you have a nice time. Card, it was nice having you on this call.
Awesome. Yep, I'll see you.
I appreciate it. See you in the next one.